Hello, Gemini. Welcome to your reading with me, Cindy. Gem, I do apologize. I'm getting over a cold, so I am not the usual dynamic Cindy that you might be used to seeing. For those of you that have never been to my channel before, I might just seem like a regular person. Because I always say, because I have a lot of fire and air in my chart, so when I get sick, I kind of just come down, I feel like, to the level that most people are normally sitting at. So I'm kind of at that level right now. Yeah, I ended up turning into quite an intense head cold, and I was pretty bad the last couple of days. I actually don't sound that great, to be honest, now that I hear myself, but I have to tell you, I feel about 110% better than I did yesterday. Yesterday was a really bad day. I guess it was the worst day, and I woke up feeling a lot better today. My sinuses were so bad. I had to go and get one of those, you know those, it's like the neti pot is the original. Squirt the saline solution up your nose, which is my eye, my left side. The eye was swollen and running, and my sinuses were so clogged. But I medicated myself through the roof last night. I cleared my sinuses with the saline solution. I had a pretty good sleep. I actually didn't want to get up this morning to get my son to school, but I did it. So yeah, I feel like I gotta get back up on the horse. I'm going crazy. I'm the worst sick person. Lily and I have spent a couple of days on that couch back there, and now it's to do a little bit of something. So I did blow my nose quite a bit before starting the video. If you see a little in the video, maybe I had to stop and blow my nose and edit that out. So hopefully everything will feel like it flows for you. So Gem, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna look at your past, present, and future energy. I'm gonna do that with my energy oracle deck. And I'm going to go into the tarot of positive clarity. And then I have my teeny tiny everyday witch tarot if I need to get into clarify. So yeah, that's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to make it extended too. So if you are drawn to that, the link to that will be at the top of the description within this video. I'm doing effervescent water. I just craved it. It was weird. I was craving chocolate pudding, tapioca pudding, and Perrier. The weirdest craving ever, right? So I did one of those online grocery store orders yesterday, and it came in this morning. So I have my puddings, I'm having my effervescent water. I don't know why I was craving those. Anyways, let's get started, Gemini. Past, present, and future energy for Gemini. Past, present, and future energy for Gemini. Past, present, and future energy for Gemini. So, in the past, Gemini, you have victory. So, you achieved something. Something, man. Something in the past you have achieved. You've made. It seems so vague, right? Like, I don't know. Achievements can be great. They can be small. They can be big. Maybe you got up. You know what? For me, I could kind of like, because I'm a Gemini rising, I could, I had a shower for the first time in like 3 days. That's a big victory for me. So we're going to look into what that is. You've made some sort of achievement here. Or I want to say too, I'm also getting the message. So in the past, there might be something that you're trying to achieve, something that you're trying to be successful in. And maybe you haven't become successful in it, but I almost feel like you see the path to victory. Like something's happened for you in the past here, wherever you either, yeah, you claimed something, you became victorious over something. Maybe it's your own emotions or feelings or a situation. But I really am getting just like an intuitive message of, maybe it's too because her eyes are closed and she's kind of looking forward here, like seeing some sort of insight so that you can have this victory. Okay, so presently, where are you sitting presently? door to personal healing and happiness. Well, that's really, really good. So presently, you're kind of closing off a healing cycle. When this door is open and you're about to walk through, particularly if you're sitting in it right now, like as your current energy, you are about to go into a new cycle. That's how this really comes out for me. That's sort of the victory. Perhaps. And now you're here. I don't know. This is wow. Yeah, it just kind of feels like something happened in the past and you figured it out for yourself. And then now you're sitting here almost feels like about to close off a cycle of healing. On a very personal level here. Okay, what is the future with all this healed energy? Oh, wow. It's like the boo-boo is all better. So you go out. Look at, you have the second chakra. I just see this as like kind of the most vulnerable energy. Being prepared to be vulnerable. Allowing yourself to be more vulnerable. Allowing the soft, ooey gooey side of you, the tender underbelly to be exposed a little bit here. God, these cards, they flow. So much golden energy. All these cards are really golden, Gemini. And that's almost like the victory for you here. It's quite beautiful, this energy. Now, it makes so much sense, right? Like, if you want to look at it, something that's more obvious that we see in our day-to-day, because when people are doing particularly personal healing, right? Personal healing and happiness is where you are right now. The door to this, it's sort of like you found it. You found what brings you happiness. You almost too feels like you've been on this journey of healing and now you understand what is required of you when you go through perhaps maybe difficult times in your life to get through them and to find that doorway. It's sort of like a personal freedom by exercising and alchemizing what has happened in the past. So what I was getting at here is like if you've hurt yourself, whether it's a broken bone or like I don't want to hear a contusion. I don't think I'm saying anyways. So you bruised yourself, or you have a deep cut and you have stitches, you have an ouchie, you have an ouch, and it's on the surface. It's more physical. Everyone sees it. Everyone knows, don't touch me there. Don't, right? Like you guard it and you protect it. So you will not engage, like if you had an ouchie here, you would not engage this second chakra. Like you wouldn't expose that. You wouldn't, like wear a muscle shirt and then go in and start boxing with someone, because it's going to get it and it's all going to open up and be sore again. So it's really, I'm okay to go, I'm okay to put on the muscle shirt. I'm okay to get back into the boxing ring of life, if it's the boxing ring of life. The temple path, the magician in the mirror, and indecision, and adjacent possibilities and community. Oh, there's so much under there. You've taken the high road. Okay, I'm hearing you've taken the high road. To me, taking the high road is taking the road less traveled. It's a little more effort to get up to the high road. Now, actually, isn't that a song that actually has its roots? Oh, yeah. I'll take the high road, you take the low road. I believe the high road, isn't that a song about two soldiers? For some reason, I'm thinking it's about two soldiers. And the high road is the road that the soldier takes who died in battle. And his way home is through, and I'm getting that with the temple path. So it is a very spiritual road. The high road is a spiritual road. The low road is the ground road. The typical road that people are taking to get home. I'll take the high road, you take the low road. So there's also a sense of sacrifice with the high road here. To have taken that, the magician in the mirror, and indecision with adjacent possibilities. It does feel very much like going on perhaps a more spiritual quest for yourself. Magician in the Mirror. I always, lately, not always, but lately with this card, it really reminds me of you manifesting what is manifesting you. Whether that's a person, a place, a possibility, an opportunity. So by taking the high road, you're connecting to the more spiritual path. And you are in process of manifesting what is manifesting you as well. It's very nicely aligned. And then indecision to adjacent possibilities. It leads to community. Both paths are unknown. Isn't it interesting? I'm talking about a low road and a high road, and there's two paths that could be chosen here. I feel like you're taking a spiritual quest somehow. And it does, maybe it does have something to do with a community. Maybe it's a new community that you're going to be interacting with. Maybe it's a new way you're going to be interacting with an existing community. But this definitely is taking the high road. Take the high road. I can't remember the rest of the lyrics for that. I want to look that up. Look that up. I'm really sure that that's a song about two soldiers and one died in battle, and his way home is the high road, and the soldier who survived in battle, his way home is the low road. Kind of a sad song, really. But the high road is the spiritual path. So let's look in the past, the present, and the future. In the past, you have the Two of Pentacles. That almost feels like the indecision card. Managing two different possibilities here. Weighing out. Ooh. Really interesting that this Two of Pentacles has the pillars that are pretty much the pillars that are often depicted with the High Priestess. The yin and the yang, the dark and the light, the known and the unknown. Trying to weigh this out. Trying to understand the cycles that you move through in life, where you go through periods where you can see the path pretty clearly. You don't really think, you might not even think much about your spirituality day to day because everything is just flowing. It's funny how people, most of us have a tendency to become or be more connected with our spirituality when we're going through a difficult time, or things do not seem so obvious to us in terms of how our life may unfold or where our destination might lead us. And I don't think that that's necessarily a bad thing. I think it's our way of, so for almost like a trigger that goes on within us. It's just, there's a bigger part of me here. I need to find that again and get into connection, because this, me spirit having a human experience is not too sure where things are going right now. So finding victory over that. I'm going to pull 3 cards out for each one of these. Oh, look at that. That's so funny. What was I talking about? There's 2 Pentacles with the pillars. You go from that into the Fool and into the High Priestess. You have discovered in the past here, it's a realization that you may not know how your life is going to unfold all the time. You may not know if you're going to meet a heavy or a light cycle. But what you do know is how you approach it. That's what you have control over here, is how you can approach this cycle, and that's finding your victory. That's the victory. That's almost like what you've discovered, is that I may not have control over where my future is totally going, and you don't. I know that there's some people who are still pretty ego beasts. Oh yeah, I know where everything's going, Cindy. All right, okay. Because the universe has a lot more control over our human experience. And your own spirit is part of that, your soul. So your soul will speak above that in some way. And then walking into the High Priestess, take me to the unknown, baby. I'm prepared for whatever's there. Because not so much what's waiting for me, but it's how I get there. matters. This is your door to personal healing and happiness right now. Oh my goodness. It's like finding your throne. Whoa. Finding your throne and walking away from it. But then you find success. How is that possible? Isn't that interesting? This is, whether it's something that you actually did in your life, you have the King of Pentacles with the Hanged Man, or the Hermit, sorry, the Hermit, and then the Six of Wands. This just looks like from someone who walked away from everything that anyone would think you would want. With the King of Pentacles, he's sitting on a gold throne. He has golden coins all around him. Even the flowers around him turn to gold. So it is sort of like having the Midas touch and realizing that there's a much more spiritual part of you here. This is incredible. This is like, this king is sitting with even golden armor. His boots are made of gold. And this hermit has nothing. He's even barefoot. Barefoot, carrying a lantern and a staff to support him. That's the only support mechanism. But this is victory. Wow, this is like, yeah, what you're figuring out with the Six of Wands. All that glitters is not gold. The only gold you need to follow is the golden light within your heart that emanates from your own guiding, your own path, the temple path. I really feel like some of you are going on quite a spiritual quest here. Okay, the second chakra, Four of Wands, the World, and the Seven of Cups. There's that not knowing, right, with the Seven of Cups. Four of Wands, the World, the Seven of Cups. Now, this is an interesting Seven of Cups. Take a look at that. And look at how he has those cups lined up. And there's some sort of instruction going on behind him. But he's not even paying attention. Not even paying attention. I feel like it's a quest. It's a quest to find true joy and happiness in your life. And this is the cycle and the only cycle that you will concern yourself with in the future. Pure joy and happiness. Real reasons to celebrate. Like these posts here are covered in flowers. And there's people dancing around them. And they're embracing and kissing and dancing. As opposed to all of this gold. And we were talking about, look at how these pillars change. These two pillars are just kind of like a gray marble. Sort of grayed out. They're not very distinct from each other. And then you get into the High Priestess. Sorry, my nose is tingling. You get into the High Priestess and we have the dark and the light, the yin and the yang. And then here, where we see something that's like a pillar or a post. Oh, but actually having one of your own, like this staff. How you start the journey, right, with this Fool card, and he has that one. It's almost like the start of the staff that will lead him. He has that one. Very simple, very modest. And then taking that one staff that supports you. And what that could represent could just be a belief in yourself, where you would like to find yourself. And then here, your staff is blooming. There's flowers on the staff in the victory card. So it's starting. The minute you walk away from feeling like, this is almost like that Ebenezer Scrooge energy. Having spent a lifetime building up some sort of a financial stability. But, you know, it's kind of like going beyond that, like having even more than what you could really need or want. And then having sort of an epiphany moment that there's so much more here that can be given. And then you take this staff of victory in your own personal healing and happiness. You apply it to the future, and all of them are blooming. So who you go towards connection with, who you're looking for connection with, it's got that feeling of abundance and springtime and prosperity, but it's all on a very emotional level. But I see with the second chakra here in the Seven of Cups, I feel like you're being vulnerable with the journey, not knowing where it's going to go. There's a big question mark here at the end. There really is, Gemini, but I feel like you're ready to go into it. You're very uplifted about that big question mark, which is a good thing because right now we have the Eight of Swords at the bottom. This is not at all any of the energy that I've encountered in this entire reading. So I feel like you've moved beyond that. This is the reason for the reading. Why are we here? Do I need to clarify this? I picked this up out of habit. No, I don't. The Seven of Cups is at the bottom again. Because you're meant to discover the mystery. You're meant to read your story page by page, not skip ahead by a chapter or phone a friend and find out what happened at the end of the book until I get into the second book. No, you have to enjoy the journey. Enjoy the mystery here. Yeah. Wow. Very spiritual, Gemini. Yeah, you guys were doing that to me for a while there, and then we pulled away from that a bit. You got a little bit of like a drama and stuff going on, but it happens in your life. And then now we're back on a very spiritual read with you. So thank you very much, Gemini. I'm going to go do the extended. Until next time, do be gentle with yourselves. Bye.